But as far as the Dream, they look very impressive the last 2 games. It starts on the defensive end for them. They're leading the league in steals, but why?
Beautiful, organized chaos is what interim head coach Mike Peterson likes to call it. They like to get all over the floor, go for steals, get downhill for easy layups. They like to dictate the pace of the game because this Dallas Mavericks team, or this Dallas Suns team, should I say, is also a fast-paced team that likes to dictate the pace. So whoever dictates the pace in this game tonight will be the successor in this game.
Well, that's what Coach was saying. We have to make sure that we have all players that are moving in transition. Well, here are 2 of them. Tiffany Hayes and Courtney Williams have been putting up high numbers, 26 points for Tiffany Hayes. Didn't take her too long to get acclimated.
Yeah, that first game wasn't the best, which was expected by her team because she hadn't played in the W since 2019, but ever since then, averaging 15 points a game and is leading the league in steals.
Well, Tabitha, great job by breaking down the stars of this team, but it's done by committee. Coach Peterson said it has to be done with our bench. They've given them a lot in the last 2 games.
Yeah, Crystal Bradford, Monique Billings, and Shakina Strickland have been a huge part of that. Bradford early on, they didn't know her role on this team, but she has dictated her own role. Ari McDonald has been a big part of that as well, coming alive late. Kennedy Carter slashing to the basket. Monique Billings, number 3 in the league in blocks. 2 players for this Atlanta Dream team that have been big and crucial in their wins on the road.
It's been fun watching Crystal Bradford earning her minutes. Hasn't played since 2015, doing a phenomenal job now. But Dallas has a scoring duo of their own. Marina Mabry as well as Arika Gumbawale. They're scoring over 40% of Dallas's points. What stands out to you about that?
I mean, no surprise here. They played together in college at Notre Dame, won a national championship. They know how to find each other on the floor at all times, hang out with each other, scoring almost half the points of the game. You've got to know where Mabry is at all times on the floor, as well as Arika and Gumbawale.
It should be a fast-paced one, a fun one as well. Dream Dallas. That game action coming up next on Valley Sports South. Welcome back. Tonight's presentation of Atlanta Dream Basketball is brought to you by Coca-Cola. And tonight's starting lineups are presented by the Georgia Lottery. Just a few minutes away from tip-off, and here's what it looks like for Dallas. Marina Mabry is in the lineup. Mariah Jefferson is a late scratch due to knee contusion. We're seeing if she can go. Actually, she's in the starting lineup. Arika Gumbawale, Charlie Collier, Kayla Thornton. So that is the starting lineup for the Wings. And on the flip side for Atlanta, Kennedy Carter, Tiana Hawkins, Elizabeth Williams, Tiffany Hayes, and Courtney Williams. We've seen a lot of scoring from that backcourt duo, Tiffany Hayes, Courtney Williams, Kennedy Carter. They said we are fast 1 through 5. So we're going to see how that can be amplified for tonight. This team is looking for their first win here at their new arena, Gateway Center Arena here in College Park. And as far as the officials tonight, we have Isaac Barnett, Angelica Suffren, and Janetta Graham. So those are your officials for tonight. It should be a very fast-paced game. I know that we've been talking about how Atlanta has played on the road the last 2 games. Well, it started on the defensive end. I'm Angel Gray alongside Tabitha Turner Wilkins now. And Tabitha, if you can just walk us through the keys to the game, which are presented by Scana Energy.
Yeah, we caught up with head coach Mike Peterson, or interim head coach Mike Peterson, and his keys were basically to value the ball and dictate the pace. Value the ball, meaning don't have a lot of turnovers, organized chaos. Make sure that you take care of the ball. The Dream are doing a very good job of not turning the ball over a lot, but also for the Dream, they want to force Dallas into a lot of turnovers. Dallas is averaging 19 turnovers a game, so best believe the Dream are going to be trying to force them into a lot of turnovers.
And you're looking at the interim head coach, Mike Peterson. This is his 4th season. He's talked about how Darius Taylor, they work well off of one another. They have 2 new additions, as well as the Lakeisha Frett and Dania LaForce on the sideline. So that's been a fun duo to see, as well as this new coaching staff that they have in this season. On the other side for the Dallas Wings, Vicki Johnson. This is her first year with Dallas. She's been with Stars, the Aces, now here, the 2-time WNBA All-Star. You might have seen her with Liberty, the Silver Stars as well, but now she is trying to lead this Dallas team to some victories. We're seeing both teams that are excited to take the floor for tonight.
Always good, Angel, when you have former players who come back to coach in the WNBA, because, I mean, it's one thing to learn from someone who studies the game, but it's one thing to learn from a player and a coach who studies the game and who's played the game as well.
Well, Vicki Johnson was out with her team, throwing them the ball, passing into the interior, so I don't think she's lost it at all. But we will see, because it's about the players on the court now and what they're going to be able to step up to as far as this matchup. This is the first of 3 matchups between the Wings and Atlanta. The Dream hold the series 20-12, and they do pretty well at home. They've won 12. They've lost 5 against Dallas. They're looking to get a win, another one, and just see how they can get that here in the new arena as Elizabeth Williams steps to the line in the circle with the #1 overall draft pick. Collier that steps to the circle. I'm Angel Gray alongside Tabitha Turner-Williams. I'm going to say that like 5 times within this game. I was hoping we got some wedding pictures, but we'll have to wait on that as well. The Atlanta Dream, Coach talked about it at the beginning of the game, just how his half-court execution was a big reason why they found some success in the game on the road. We'll see how that can be applied tonight.
Yeah, very early on we saw Dream moving the basketball, Courtney Williams for the jump shot that didn't fall, but very early on you can see ball movement is going to be big for the Dream.
High screen by Thornton and Enrique Gumbawale, and she gets knocked down in the process. That foul is going to go against Kennedy Carter, and Enrique is a player where you're going to have to throw bodies at her all game. She is a high scorer, scores at a high clip, led the league in scoring last year in the Wubble, and doesn't seem like she's cooling down in this season.
Yeah, led all rookies her rookie year as well in scoring, and she's not cooling off anytime soon. For a player like a Gumbawale, you just have to, I mean, it's going to be hard to stop her. And like we caught up with Mike Peterson earlier, and he basically alluded to us that she's going to have bodies thrown at her all night long surrounding her. So we'll see how that defensive game plan plays out tonight.
She gets the first 2 for Dallas, shooting 83% from the free throw line as Kennedy Carter is working at the top of the key, close to a turnover, but it was tipped out of bounds by Mabry, so the Dream will get it on the sideline.
And here we can see a little bit of that chemistry going on, because the Dream have a lot of guards on this team. And so one of the questions that we've been asking is, how is all of that going to mesh right here? So any turnovers early on, you know, are expected by this Dream team, but they will decrease over time.
Kennedy Carter working the baseline. She's known to do that very well. Very quick first step.
And most of these guards on this team have a quick first step. And right there, she just blows by Mariah Jefferson, takes the body contact. Jefferson gets her on the arm, and she almost gets her own rebound.
Kennedy Carter has been absolutely fantastic the last few games. I know the last game, she didn't score in double figures, and we were like, oh, it was a tough game. However, Coach said she led us in plus minus.
Exactly.
So she does so many different things well. She's also our player to watch.
And, you know, that's something that players need to watch for, is if you're having a bad game, what can you do to help your team out? If you can't be effective scoring, if you can't be effective rebounding, what else can you do and can you control? As Tiff Hayes almost gets a turnover off of Dallas, but what else can you do on the floor to help your team if your shot isn't falling?
She's shown that she can do a lot of different things for this team, both on the offensive and defensive end. Thornton at the top of the key, another player, and Tiana Hawkins will watch that matchup, but Mariah Jefferson knocks down the outside shot.
And that's another player, you know, we talked about Mabry in the open, but Mariah Jefferson is another player that you cannot just leave open beyond the three-point line. She's got a quick trigger, and she can knock that down.
She missed last game due to the knee. Is available tonight as Tiana Hawkins. Good to see her on the board. She's trying to get things back into a rhythm offensively.
Yeah, great pass there from Courtney Williams to find Tiana Hawkins as well.
Mabry, top of the key, knocks it down.
Man, I mean, Angel, she's just got such a quick trigger. Her shot, her release is just, it's butter.
But I like how the Dream have responded on both scores for Dallas. Quick scores and a nice one underneath for Liz. Dallas with a 1-point lead as Mabry is trying to push it to 3.
That was a guard-on-guard post-up. Mabry posted up Courtney Williams down there.
And she's known to do that. She's so tough. She can take guards off the dribble, use her physicality on the inside as well. And a big reason why she is scoring at a high clip, doing it with diversity. As Tiffany Hayes showing diversity of her own. 26 points in the last game, and she's showing some nice offense in that bucket there.
Yeah, she's looked so good since she's been back. I mean, she's just been explosive. That quick first step doesn't even look like she's been out of the league for an entire season.
Opted out last year due to COVID and social justice initiatives. Hasn't played since 2019. Has only been here for 3 games. Doesn't look like she's skipped a beat at all as Arike Gumbawale pushes the ball up to floor, and that's tipped by Tiana Hawkins. Courtney Williams surveying the land.
And that's what Atlanta likes to do. They like to get in there, get those deflections, tip the ball if you don't get the steal, as Kennedy Carter goes up and gets fouled. But that's what Atlanta likes to do. Get those deflections, get those steals.
Well, how about Tiffany Hayes getting to her money right there?
Creating her own shot, finding a way in between 2 defenders.
We can go down the line with all the guards and talk about how they can score at a high clip. Kennedy Carter, Courtney Williams, Tiffany Hayes. Then you add in the rookie Ari McDonald, who has actually had a nice game, the last game. And you're looking at how they all add to this puzzle. And just seeing how they can push the ball. Kennedy Carter has been a big reason for that, but it's fun to watch how pieces are actually starting to come together for them.
I mean, all 4 of those players, you know, they have that quick first step. They're super fast, and they all can create their own offense, is what's so special about them. When I say create on offense, they can dish the ball and drive to pass. They can drive to shoot, or they can drive into the hole and get a layup. They can do what they have to do to score, and that's what's so impressive about the 4 guards for the Atlanta Dream.
Taisha Harris gets fouled, steps to the line for 2 free throws. 100% on the season so far from the free throw line. As you see, Odyssey Sims checking in, and that's another player. You talked about the amount of backcourt players and strength that you have in firepower. Odyssey Sims off the bench is no joke.
Yeah, I mean, a veteran in this league, and you need that, but also a 3-point shooter. She's also very quick with her first step. I mean, it's not even fair, the kind of guard play that the Dream have on this team. A solid 2 starting 5s as Sims goes up and gets the 2.
I mean, it's almost like she heard you and what you were saying. I mean, getting the nice bucket on the inside. Harris finds a nice feed underneath. Collier picks up the foul. Elizabeth Williams not too happy with the call. But either way, Collier will step up and shoot 2. Look at the feed.
Yeah, nice feed by Harris to Collier. Right there, it looked like all. I would have to see it from the other angle, you know, because from that angle it looked like all ball. But from the ref's angle, he probably has a better view than I do, so.
It's about the angles. We'll work on that for you, Tab.
But Elizabeth Williams obviously didn't agree with that. And she's like, hey, ref, I'm one of the top shot blockers in the league. I'm the overall shot block leader for the Atlanta Dream. I don't foul.
Well, Sioux knocks that one down. 12-11, 1-point edge for the Dream. Courtney Williams at the top of the key. That's close to a turnover, but instead, Mabry commits the foul at the top of the key. Former teammates, actually, trying to get some things settled out. We like to see how competitive people can be on the floor.
Got to talk it out. We both played college basketball.
Oh, we know how it goes.
Like that. But it's all in good fun, you know. The energy, all the momentum is running. It's competitive. You want to win the game.
Courtney Williams, baseline pull-up, money.
That's the shot that Courtney Williams is most famous for, that one dribble pull-up jump shot.
4 straight games in double figures, and she continues. Tiana Hawkins showing how quick she can be, doesn't get the 2. Odyssey Sims cleans it up for her, says I got your back, and with that bucket, the Dream have a 5-point lead.
Yeah, a couple Dallas players were still at the other end of the floor. I think they had a fall, but it led to the Atlanta Dream having a 3-on-1 fast break.
started by Elizabeth Williams and Tiana Hawkins. Front court players showing that they can move as well. It's not just about the backcourt players. 6 on the shot clock as the top of the key shot by Thornton is money. Arike Agumbawale with a quick release. It touches every part of the rim, but doesn't go down, but she gets fouled in the process, so she'll step up for 4-3.
And Tiana Hawkins is already walking over to the bench, and she knew she messed up after this shot because Agumbawale, the closeout, you have to close out under control. And a smart player like Agumbawale has that quick release, and she will let you get her here on the arm. So good move there by Agumbawale, bad foul by Hawkins, and you know, learning moments for all the players here on the Dream Team and on Dallas as well.
Enrique is just a professional scorer. She knows how to put the ball in the rim. We already talked about what she did last year. She's 3rd in scoring right now. She has back-to-back 20-point games. Isabel Harrison checks in for Charlie Collier.
And a lot of people watching these games who see Dallas plays as Arike hits the last free throw, they remember Arike from that national championship game in 2018 where she hit those 2 buzzer beaters to win the Final Four and the championship game. So that's when her name really started getting big.
That should have been a kickball at the top of the key. It's a very interesting no call. The Dream will have to take it. I think they're going to take a look at that as well. The officials are going to break. We'll see if they can get things cleared up. We'll be right back after the message. Welcome back. We'll order the latest Atlanta Dream merchandise today. We have jerseys, t-shirts, hats, and more. Visit atlantadream.net to link to the official Dream store. I'm definitely spending my next check on a lot of Atlanta Dream gear. I'm pretty sure you're doing the same thing. A lot of it looks really nice.
Yeah, I'm getting about all 3 jerseys. If they got a 4th or a 5th, I'm getting that too.
Well, Arike Agumbawale didn't take too long to score after that timeout and gives the Wings the 2-point advantage. Odyssey Sims from deep, knocks it down. And it's been the response from Atlanta, just doing things in their half-court execution that's been keeping this game entertaining.
And the 3-point shooting from Atlanta has gotten exponentially better as well. I mean, Odyssey Sims, we all know she can shoot the 3. Excellent play right there as her teammates set her up with the screen. But, you know, Mike Peterson said that when he was at Gonzaga, the 3-point line was just invented and put in place. So both his teams, or most of his teams that he's coached, have all held records in 3-point makes and 3-point attempts. So it's no, surprise here that the 3-point shooting for Atlanta, we've seen more of it in Odyssey Sims right there with the nothing but net shot.
He says, I hope we're on the right side of things as this league continues to get faster. And as far as talking about stats and analytics, where the points need to be scored, they have 1-3 on the night. Mabry steps up, and that's a long 2 that gives them the advantage again.
Mabry thought she was fouled on that. A little bit of complaining to the ref, but that quick trigger by Mabry and then the return quick trigger by Courtney Williams in the face of Mabry. I mean, both these teams just so fast the way they play.
Well, fans, if you wanted offense, I think you're getting it right now. Mabry, another one. There's going to have to be some type of response because she's been on fire so far.
I mean, she probably should have been submitted into the starting lineup a long time ago the way she's playing.
Another turnover for the Dream. That will be number 4 on the night. They've given up 7 points off of those turnovers as well.
And that's very uncharacteristic of the Dream to have that many turnovers this early in the game. And that was one of the keys from Mike Peterson was, dictate the pace and take care of the ball. And that's what he means by that. This is going to be a run and gun show where both teams are going to be playing really fast, but the Dream had to dictate the pace and not allow Dallas to get them out of character and out of their game.
And here in the first quarter, Kayla Thornton got fouled, and here in the bonus now, we'll step up to the free throw line to shoot free throws. Crystal Bradford is coming in for Elizabeth Williams. It's a little too early right before the free throw for Kayla, but when you're looking for a little bit of a boost off of the bench, we talked about it in the open as well. Crystal Bradford has been fantastic on both ends of the floor, stepping up, providing just that.
Yeah, offense and defense. She's hit some threes in the last few games while getting some high percentage shots like the one that Monique Billings just laid in. But Crystal Bradford, I mean, just doing everything. An unorthodox type of player. Didn't really know where she'd fit on this team, but Mike Peterson told us earlier she dictated her own role.
Izzy Harrison all the way to the bucket, a nice little jab, creating some space. And this game has gone back and forth. It comes down to who's going to dictate that pace, and another turnover is not what Coach Peterson wants to see from his squad.
Oh my.
Enrique Gumbawale close to having a top 10 bucket to the rim, but instead Kayla Thornton is continuing to clean up the glass. That was a player that you were focusing in on at the beginning of the game because of her physicality and how she can be on the boards.
Yeah, Kayla Thornton's just a beast. I mean, she's so athletic. She's a great rebounder, has great footwork for a post player, and is averaging a double-double for this Dallas team. I mean, to me, she's reminiscent of a smaller post player where she kind of plays like a guard. She can handle the ball, but she posts you up like she's a post player. So very well-rounded overall player in Kayla Thornton as she hits the first free throw.
And she is our player to watch, presented by Canis Medical Technologies. You already alluded to just what she's been able to do in this season. Well, back-to-back double-doubles for her, 7 points, 11 rebounds in her season opener. But she's a workhorse, physical, and knocks down the shot for Dallas. Three-point lead for Dallas. They're making Atlanta set up in that half court. See if they can set up their offense. Courtney Williams looking for some action at the top of the screen, and she gets it. And I wonder what she's mouthing off at the sideline saying.
I'm pretty sure that the refs are like, listen, I need both of y'all teams to stop talking to me at this point because everybody is thinking they got fouled. But that's the kind of game this is going to be. It's so fast, and both of these teams are just shooting lights out right now. I'm just really excited to be calling the game.
We're excited that you're going to call the game, too. Harris going against Ari McDonald, who's in the game for the Dream, and creating a turnover already. So we're seeing it turn a bit.
Yeah.
You see how this game is all about runs. What's that creating as well? And Dallas will have a substitution as well. Awak Huir checks in for the first time. She is available, the second draft pick out of this year. Finland national team made a name for herself, dunking at 15 during the FIBA NBA Player Development League, and she is one to watch. Definitely has a lot of length, as you can see her running the floor now.
Yeah, adds more length to this already long Dallas team. I mean, they stretch the floor at 6'4", 6'3", 6'6". Really tall Dallas team, and that's why they lead the league in rebounding.
Ari McDonald, mid-range shot, a little too hard off the back iron. She gets the rebound. Courtney Williams left alone in the corner. You might not want to do that, but she doesn't get that one to go. Courtney Williams gets the rebound. And Tiffany Hayes. Just a little bit too much action. You would almost want them to settle it down a bit in that series.
Yeah, Ari McDonald, a little too much dribbling right there. Hayes tried to slow it down just a bit and get her team back in it, but you know that comes with the gelling and the chemistry.
Mabry, guarded by the rookie Ari McDonald.
Mabry with another dagger. Has she missed a shot tonight? She's 5 of 6 from the floor.
Tiffany Hayes with the response on the baseline, and that's when you let her just go to work. That baseline has been her best friend.
Yeah, Hayes trying to find a way to get some scoring. Her team has been kind of run and gun with this Dallas squad. So Tiffany Hayes trying to get the team on her back and corral them in, get some scores on the board.
Tiffany Hayes all in. Enrique Gumbawale, who still pulls up for 2, misses everything. And this will be the last shot. Only 10 seconds left on the game clock. There's a lot of action at midcourt. So that foul is going to go against Enrique Gumbawale. We saw a lot of bodies falling at half court. Weren't too sure about what was occurring there. Kennedy Carter was at the scorer's table looking to check in. I think she's just going to take a trip back. Wait till next time. And Tiffany Hayes and Courtney Williams will see what they can do, create some magic in this 10 seconds to close out the first quarter. Aerie dribble three, doesn't knock it down, but picks up the foul. Taisha Harris with the foul. She's put her hands up, but at this point, you just have to know to stay away, especially with this amount of time left on the clock.
Exactly, and that's a rookie mistake that, you know, even Aerie made her first game. She's learned from it, and she's even pulled that same trick on someone else. So really good job there by Aerie McDonald to stay in it, take the shot, and get the foul.
Knocks down the first one. Everyone's been waiting to see what she can do. 19 points in 17 minutes in the last game. We all know what she did at Arizona. Led the Wildcats to their first NCAA Finals appearance. Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year.
Is still taking summer school classes as well. She has 3 classes left, so doing a lot of amazing things in accordance to playing WNBA basketball.
Trying to get that applied behavior master. She said it's a struggle as the first quarter comes to a close, and it's been a fast-paced one. The Atlanta Dream up 2 and firing on all cylinders. Courtney Williams leading them with 7 points. Welcome back. 1 quarter down, 3 to go. The first one goes to the Atlanta Dream, walking away with the 2-point lead to enter the second quarter. And as far as the first quarter stats, they are presented by State Farm and Tabitha. It's been going back and forth, but what stands out just about how these two teams have been performing on both ends of the floor.
I mean, a few of these stats are pretty similar, but look at those free throws. I mean, you would think that Dallas would be in the lead, shooting 10 of 13 from the free throw line, but rebounding, which has been a focus, and paint points, which was also a focus for the Dream, is why they are up by 2 in this game right now.
We're seeing the balance attack from the Dream. We know that they can light it up from outside, but getting those bigs involved as well. So we're seeing a little bit of zone to counter on the inside, and Tiffany Hayes not too thrilled with a foul, but who is? I don't know too many players that are like, you know what, that's a foul.
Right, no one's going to be happy that they got a foul. We only got 6 to give. But yet, the Dream coming over, we could see right there, they are going to double team Queer. So at 6'6", and the Dream is already a team that is vertically challenged compared to this Dallas team, I would expect that Queer is going to be double teamed for the remainder of the night whenever she gets the ball.
Absolutely, that foul actually went on Crystal Bradford. That's her second foul. 7 on the shot clock. Enrique trying to get things going at the top of the key, passes it off to Harris instead. 2-1. Not sure if she got that off. No indication there. Aerie McDonald pushing the pace. Bradford
with the handles.
She's just showing us everything, right?
All kinds of stuff that we've missed out in the last 6 years.
And maybe a bucket as well. That one doesn't go. Monique Billings trying to work underneath, and that's what she brings to this team, just the hustle plays, creating a second chance opportunity. The look off by Kennedy Carter doesn't go, but Crystal Bradford enters the chat once again.
I mean, I just love her story. I mean, such an underdog story, fighting her way back into this league and showing everybody that she should have been here from jump, as Agumbawale gets nothing but net from beyond the arc.
How about that matchup, though? Enrique on Kennedy, she's willing to go right back at her.
I like it. They're about, what, a year apart? I love it.
Aerie McDonald from the outside. The rookie is starting to get hot.
She's starting to get more comfortable, right? She's starting to get more chemistry with her team, fill it out. The game is coming slower to her.
And now we have a 3-ball shootout. Enrique Agumbawale just going off. 13 points to lead both teams, all scorers. Marina Mabry in double figures as well. Crystal Bradford doesn't connect underneath. Harris all the way to the rim, rolls off. Queer tried to recover underneath. A lot of contact. You see Tiffany Hayes being helped off the floor. And that's 2 quick fouls by Crystal Bradford. So you wait to see what coach is going to do. He said, I trust my players in times when they pick up fouls. She's walking to the sideline now. Tiana Hawkins will actually sub in for her.
And that's actually, you know, something as we see Mike Peterson on the sideline kind of leaning over to Crystal Bradford and saying, hey, you know, got to calm down with that second foul. Got to calm down. But, you know, now she's got to go to the bench. And even though he might trust his players, a player like that who brings that much energy and has been a very big part of the last couple wins for the Dream, you don't want her in foul trouble. You're going to need her down the stretch. So I completely agree with getting her on the bench right now with that second foul.
Well, that bucket by Queer is tied up 36 all. Kennedy Carter. Starting to think we should just name the baseline Carter or Hollywood, one of the two. Marina Mabry leaks out and finds another bucket on the baseline. She's filling it up.
I mean, I think she said to everybody, hey, you think I can just stop and shoot? No, I can do way more than that. She's creating her shot from all over this court.
So the thing that we're looking at, too, is who's dictating the pace. Mike Peterson said that this is something that he wants to make sure they're in control of it. Where do you see this pace looking like for the Dream right now?
It is 38-38. I think they both dictating the pace at different points in the game. I think it's pretty even. I mean, Dallas will make a run, and then Atlanta will make a run, and they'll go back and forth.
Queer, rookie out of Egypt, doesn't get that one to fall, but does have the range. Monique Billings, again, another O-board for her. Attacks right away. You like to see the aggression from her.
Yeah. She went straight into Queer. No fear, and that's how you go into the basket as a post player, as any kind of player. You go into the basket and you draw the foul. You're not worried about getting blocked by the taller player. Monique Billings came from across the court to get that rebound, drove it back in straight into two taller defenders and got the foul.
Looks like you out there, Tabitha.
I wish.
She gets the first one to go 78% from the free throw line. She had 11 points and 8 rebounds against Chicago.
I wish.
She gets the first one to go 78% from the free throw line. She had 11 points and 8 rebounds against Chicago.
And don't you just love that Chicago series, how they lost the first game at home and then went up to Chicago and improved on what they needed to improve on and came back with the win.
Responding, same players out for them the first time they played them, with Quigley as well as Candace Parker not on the floor for them, but they handled what they needed to in Chicago. Mabry, high arching three doesn't go, and Courtney Williams, who's known to do some defense rebounding of her own, is a walking bucket.
Yeah, led the league last year in rebounds as a guard, and this year she's on track to lead all guards in the league again. I think she finished at number 15 last year, and Liz Williams was like number 13.
Another turnover for Dallas. Ari McDonald showing off some skills with the passing with the no-look to Billings.
And now that's Atlanta Dream dictating the pace. They get out and they run in transition off of turnovers. They kick the ball up. I think there was one dribble and 2 passes, and that's excellent transition basketball.
But that's another point too, Tabitha, when you can see them pressuring at the top of the key. That's when they can get to their transition points. They'll see if they can continue to bring that same energy on the defensive end after the break. Right now, it's been all Dream. Welcome back to Dream up 5, and they've had a couple of players that have been out. One, they're waiting on Cheyenne Parker, and Shakina Strickland was out last game due to a knee, as that one flies out of bounds. But Shakina Strickland is now checked in for the Dream. Arike Agumbawale steps up for mid-range, and that's something you like to see if you're on the Dream side, is a missed shot by Arike.
Yeah, and we go back to Strickland. I mean, the other night against Indiana, she came in and hit 9 points in 5 minutes off of 3 made threes. I mean, just sure firepower in a short amount of time. And so with that, I'm guessing that she's in there to get some scores and get back on the bench.
2 on the shot clock, and so Shakina Strickland had to let it fly. They get another offensive rebound. Hollywood on the baseline putting on a show once again. Picks up the foul and will step to the free throw line for 2.
Kennedy Hollywood baseline Carter.
I like it.
Don't call it.
Here's your injury report presented by Emory Healthcare. We talked about Shakina Strickland, who missed the last game due to knee. Cheyenne Parker has yet to be in a Dream uniform because of health and safety protocol. However, she was with the team. She hasn't practiced with them. They are really excited about when she's available. Everyone's wondering when she will be able to make her debut and anticipating what she will bring immediately.
Yeah, Coach Mike Peterson said she's closer today than she was yesterday, was the answer he gave us when we asked him.
Breaking news, Coach. Thank you. We always love our chats with Coach Peterson. The inside scoop.
So informative. I mean, a coach, he's a broadcaster, he does it all.
He does everything. He's also trying to lead his team to their first home win of the season. Mabry misses that, but gets her own rebound. Tiana Hawkins comes up with the ball and also draws a foul with Kayla Thornton and her trying to battle it out for the rebound.
Inadvertent foul there by Thornton. And, you know, it happens on the court. It's going to happen. And her and Hawkins fighting for the basketball. Kind of got wrapped up in her arm there, and Hawkins came out with the rebound. So inadvertent foul there by Thornton, but good job by Hawkins to get in there and battle it out.
Well, she can do it. She had 5 rebounds last game. She's been on the board now. 2 points for her, 3 rebounds so far in the game. 2-man game with Tiana and Carter on the baseline once again, but that one is unsuccessful for Kennedy this trip down. And every time Carter gets the ball, her head is up, trying to see what her team can get in transition. But so far, Dallas doing a good job in transition defense. Courtney Williams' baseline shot, no good.
And on the other end there, Angel, you know, I saw 4 Dream players box out. 1 Dream player did not box out. She who shall not be named, as Harris knocks down the 2. But that 1 Dream player that did not box out, her defender got the rebound. And that's why the point of emphasis for this Dream team is find a body, put it on someone, clear out space, and box out to go get the rebound.
And to your point, Coach Peterson said we have to do the little things. We know that we're not going to out-rebound many teams because of our lack of size, but everyone has to do their part, as Tiana Hawkins is doing her part by creating some offense underneath. We've seen how the guards are trying to get their post players involved underneath. Nice move to pick up the foul.
Yeah, when you're a smaller post player, you've got to have excellent footwork. And Tiana Hawkins there doing a couple of up and unders to the baseline and back to the middle to get Harris, or, yeah, Isabel off her feet there and commit the foul.
Isabel Harrison hit the foul, and Tiana Hawkins called herself Tiance. I know that you just got married, but in November she got engaged. Showed off the ring.
She's wearing my favorite number, so she wins right now.
So congrats to her. We're looking forward to seeing those pictures as well. Pictures on the way.
Dana Evans, Louisville rookie, is in the game.
And looking to get her going is Harris in the corner for the 3. Knocks that one down. Cuts it to a 2-possession game. 4-point lead for Atlanta. Elizabeth Williams. Nice look at the basket, but just can't convert. Enrique, quick release, and that one bounces around a bit.
That was a close call for the Atlanta Dream. Williams there to clean up the rebound. Courtney Williams. That quick release shot that she loves, that 1-dribble pull-up.
So both teams hunting points to close out this half. Dana Evans at the top of the key. As you mentioned, the Louisville standout. Went 13th overall in the draft for Dallas. It's a lot of speed in this class for this draft. We're looking forward to seeing and covering it all. 4-point lead for Atlanta, looking to close it in the first. Dream fans, make sure to visit atlantadream.net. dream.net or call 877-977-7729 to learn about ticket availability for upcoming Dream home games. We are continuing to add more inventory as protocols change. We hope to see you at a future Dream game. I know that we've been tweeting out the link to get more people in the stands. It's good to see a few of them, but can't wait to see this place packed out for the new home arena here at Gateway Center Arena in College Park.
Yeah, and if all the games are like this, they will not be disappointed. That is for sure, because the pace at which the Dream play is definitely very exciting to watch.
Tiffany Hayes with the one-hander once the foul's not going to get it, and Harris pushing in transition, looking on the inside to Collier. Frustrated with herself for that one. Doesn't get that to go.
Yeah, because Elizabeth Williams had her hands straight up, and Collier overdid the layup thinking she was going to get contact, but kudos to Liz Williams for staying straight up and not committing the foul.
We're under the 2-minute mark for the half. Kennedy Carter, hello! Another bucket on the stretch.
Her second straight shot coming out of the break. I think that in the break, or at least in the timeout, so a few plays were drawn up for Kennedy Carter to get a few plays going, get some energy happening for this Dream team.
We talked about the duo as Collier is underneath. Another deflection. They can't come up with it. Dana Evans pops it out to Collier. And that one doesn't go, but we've been keeping our eyes out on that backcourt matchup with Kennedy Carter as well as Enrique Gumbawale. Kennedy with 12, Enrique with 13. Looking to add some more in this possession. Courtney Williams sizing it up. He has to get one off quick. Beats the shot clock. Doesn't get two.
It almost seems like Dallas is kind of matched up in a man, like a weak side, weak man zone. It's kind of weird, but it feels like they're a little bit matched up as Collier goes in for the easy two over the smaller Courtney Williams. But defensively, just appears that Dallas is kind of manned up on the Dream.
And Coach Peterson sees that as well. He called the timeout right away. The last two possessions, they see the mismatch on the inside as Courtney Williams got mixed up twice, and they're trying to see if they could take advantage of it. So now the Dream probably trying to look to make some adjustments on the defensive end with Collier in the game.
And we saw in the first quarter how Mabry posted up Courtney Williams in the post in that mismatch, and I thought that was an excellent play. If you have a guard who can go down there and do post moves and get inside and battle, I say go for it. And you know, Dallas probably expected that in the beginning of the game, the Dream were going to harp on not allowing her to have open shots from outside of the arc. So they said, hey, we'll get her inside and post her up on another guard who's the same size or smaller than she is.
There you go. Well, Valley Sports Southeast is your home for Hawks postseason hoops. Game 3. Knicks at Hawks tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern, starting with Hawks Live over on Valley Sports Southeast and the Valley Sports app. These games have been insane. Yes. The Hawks have been unbelievable. Trae Young with their first game, the winner, the game winner. It was cold in Madison Square Garden, as he said, but if they can escape the Garden with one, knowing that they have the home court advantage, that's a good thing for them.
That's an amazing thing, and that, you know, that's the one thing that we were all saying is they got to come out of there with at least one, and going into Madison Square Garden and getting one where the crowd is entirely blocked out and you can't see it. You can't see who's throwing whatever at you on the court.
Well, I tell
as
you
a
what.
player.
I tell you what, they are eager to get back down to Atlanta. Full capacity they're allowing at the arena. This is going to be next level for them. We've seen how fans are allowed into the arena and how it is paid off in playoff time. So good luck to the Hawks tomorrow night. 33 seconds left in the game. Enrique looking to go against Courtney Williams. 10 on the shot clock. She's sizing her up, looking for the one-on-one. Blows past her, doesn't get the foul, but she does get the bucket. And the Dream get the ball back with a little under 20 seconds left in the half. High screen by Williams for Kennedy. Still trying to work and see something on the baseline. Dallas wanted that to be out of bounds, but she actually picks up the foul instead. 2.3 on the game clock. Kennedy. They may have a point there.
I think that right foot stepped on the baseline just a smidge.
I won't say anything if you don't.
I would, yeah.
There we
take
go.
it back.
Kennedy knocks down the first one. Shooting 86% from the free throw line, averaging about 15 points in this season. And that'll do it as Harris tries to heave at half court. And this has been everything we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Fast-paced, transition points, a lot of defense, a lot of deflections.
A lot of steals, you know, downhill basketball.
And we'll see what's helped them so far in the first half. Tabitha, you have Monique Billings, who is ready for you.
Yeah, and she's one of the big pieces that have helped. And Monique, hey, it's Tabitha and Angel up here.
Hey.
24-16, you are out-rebounding this Dallas team. That's been a harp for Atlanta from your coach. How has it been going, and what's the contribution of the out-rebounding Dallas and why you guys have the lead right now in this game?
Right now it's just hustle plays. I feel like we are just getting to the boards quickly. We are executing off of the boards that we are getting, and it's just making a huge impact. We're setting the tone. We threw the first punch, and we just need to keep it going.
And what, in your opinion, needs to change coming back from the second half to hold this lead and get the win?
We got to make them uncomfortable. They are way too comfortable right now. Mabry, Arike just coming off of screens and just getting whatever they want. So we have to make them really uncomfortable and, again, throw the first punch going into this next half.
Thanks, Monique. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Well, Dream fans, your score at the half, 53-47. The Atlanta Dream trying to make it happen. Courtney Williams, Hayes, Odyssey Sims, Billings getting the Dream on their back, 47-53 at the half.
Tonight's presentation of Atlanta Dream basketball is brought to you by Coca-Cola. And it's been a fun one so far. The Dream have the 4-point lead going into half, and the first half highlights are presented by Jimmy Johns, and Courtney Williams definitely created some highlights of her own in the first half.
Yeah, such a back and forth game between both of these teams, both playing really fast paced, but Atlanta Dream has got the edge, and it's because of the players you're seeing right now. Kennedy Carter just went into another mode, another drive, should I say. And on the other end, Arike Agumbawale just did some great things. That quick trigger, got a couple fouls from beyond the arc and knocked down the free throws. Marina Mabry has just been money from all over the court. She said, hey, you're going to stop me from shooting outside on the arc? I'll just come inside and pull up and jump shot and make that.
Well, excuse me, they do have the 6-point lead coming into the half, and it's been about the same. Their field goal percentages looking the same as well. Free throws, they even that out quite a bit to finish the second quarter. But it's the points in the paint for the Atlanta Dream that have allowed them to get the success they had in the first half.
And those are two things that Mike Peterson harped on, right? We need to get on the boards and either break even or out-rebound them. And that was one of the stickler points that he said would dictate the Dream in winning this game and them having a chance.
Interim head coach Mike Peterson said, I view offense, and I try to make sure that on the other side for Darius Taylor, he handles the defense. And so far, we're seeing how that has been a high point for this team. The Dream known for their defensive energy, leading the league in steals. See if they can push up and amplify the pressure on the defensive end in the second half. Tiana Hawkins tried for the hedge. Mabry. You would think they'd try to get the ball out of her hands for the rest of this half. Collier misses everything. Elizabeth Williams gets the rebound. Something to keep your eye out on. Kennedy Carter came up grimacing quite a bit underneath the basket.
Yeah, came up the floor a little bit slow. Hopefully it's just a little niche.
She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's fine.
A little niche.
Hollywood acting, maybe. Another bucket for Kennedy Carter, and another Miss for Dallas is Courtney Williams trying to find Elizabeth Williams on the inside. We've seen that connection in the last few games. She said our chemistry is going through the roof right now.
Yeah, and that's an excellent pass, excellent read by Courtney Williams as Dallas takes a timeout. But right there, Courtney Williams congratulating Liz Williams, saying, hey, way to get to the spot. I draw in 2 defenders, you're open.
You can see it here. Courtney Williams working some magic with Elizabeth Williams. The Williams connecting. I like it. The Atlanta Dream with a 10-point lead. They went on a bit of a run that led to that timeout by Dallas. Now see what they can come up with out of that timeout and going to Kayla Thornton. That's a good play drawn up because she's been pretty efficient.
Yeah, Kayla Thornton, I mean, she's another story similar to the Crystal Bradford story, where she was waived by the Mystics in the league. I mean, originally selected 2015 signed a training camp contract with the Mystics, was waived. 2017 signed a training camp contract with Dallas, and now she's still on this Dallas team. So very reminiscent of the Crystal Bradford story, who signed that training camp contract here with Atlanta and is now on the team.
Marina Mabry knocks down her first 3 of the game, and that's kind of interesting to believe, the way that she's been shooting for this team. But Tiffany Hayes with a bit of a response of her own. And that's 6 points for Hayes.
And Elizabeth Williams doesn't like the foul, but it is a foul. Mabry just drives, leans in, and creates the contact.
So Marina Mabry will step up to the line for 2. She's been on fire back-to-back games with 20 or more points. Well, MLB, Atlanta Braves at New York Mets tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern, right here on Bally Sports South and Bally Sports app. I got to do better. I need to download the app so I can keep up with everything.
So many apps tracking my movements. But I'll download that one.
You got to get that one.
I got to get that
one. Track the Dream. You'll track the Hawks. You got the Braves. So defensive 3 seconds that's going to go against.
You know, sometimes I forget that that's a rule. You know, growing up in an era where, you know, defensive 3 seconds didn't come in until I was in college, and maybe I'm dating myself just a little bit.
Okay, maybe.
I think it was college. Look, we're the same year, so he was like, stop.
Just don't give too much, okay?
But I think sometimes players just forget about the defensive 3 second rule, and you know, a mistake that coaches don't want to have, because it, you know, it results in a free throw shot for the opposite team.
And the ball back, Tiffany Hayes, quick first step on the baseline. You can count that one as well.
I love that move. That's a signature Tiffany Hayes move. The step to the left and back to the right.
4 for 6 from the field for Tiffany Hayes, and not much time went off the clock before Dallas picks up another foul. So Mariah Jefferson will step to the free throw line, but let's start off with Tiffany Hayes.
And Tiffany Hayes goes to the left, steps to the right, goes past both Marina Mabry and Agumbawale, the scoring duo for Dallas, and says, hey, other way, count it.
Mariah Jefferson, as we said at the top of the game, didn't play last game. She's been on and off offensively. Right now has 4 points. But everyone has known her from her playing days in Connecticut. 4 titles in Connecticut.
You don't hear that a lot amongst any sports, in men or women's basketball, where a player can stay in one school and get 4 championships at that school.
I mean, a complete dynasty at UConn. She left first in assists, second in steals as well. Harrison picks up the foul against Tiana Hawkins, and we're seeing a lot of these front court players pushing in transition as well.
I love it. I mean, I love it. Back in the day, they used to tell post players, hey, stay in the basket, stay down low. Don't dribble the ball, don't shoot. But right there, Isabel Harrison gets the steal, takes the fast break, and creates the contact at the other end, being rewarded right now at the line with 2.
Last year, she had a double-double against Atlanta. On the 26th, she missed half of last year with an ankle injury, so just working her way back on the floor, healthy.
She has 11 siblings, by the way. 11.
I'm one of 6, and that's enough for me.
Oh, God.
So, builds character.
Does it?
She's a high-character player for sure.
Yes, she is. She is.
Seeing that half-court execution by Atlanta. Courtney Williams off the screen. Bounce is no good. Kennedy Carter played with it just a little bit, trying to see if she wanted to go back up. Instead, wants to set it up. But Mabry, quick hands with the steal.
Bodies.
Seeing a lot of hot potato and Tiana Hawkins slow to get up at midcourt. Courtney Williams just making sure her teammate is okay. Seems like everything is okay. She'll try and walk it off, but Kennedy Carter continues in the offense.
And Tiana Hawkins breathes a sigh of relief at the and one that Kennedy Carter just converted, because Tiana Hawkins is still a little bit in pain and over going towards the bench, grimacing a little. But right here, Kennedy Carter just blows past both Mabry and Jefferson, says count it on the floor for the and one, blows past both defenders, gets fouled, knocks it down.
High degree of difficulty, as always, with Kennedy Carter putting on a show for the and one. Free throw makes it a 6-point lead for the Dream, and Kayla Thornton making her presence known in the second half. Knocks down the outside shot.
And that's what's so amazing to me about post players that can stretch the floor. You want your post players to be able to stretch the floor. Kayla Thornton right there, a threat on the inside, but she can also draw the defender past the arc and knock down that shot and be a threat.
Tiffany Hayes responds with a 3 of her own, with the 3 ball that'll put her in double figures.
Hayes said, Tab, be quiet about they 3. Let me knock one down.
She just wanted to be a part of the party as well. Mabry splits the screen at the top of the key. The still underneath, a lot of contact. Kayla Thornton was really close to cleaning that up and getting a layup, but Tiffany Hayes right there to steal the ball back, and instead Kayla Thornton picks up another foul.
And again, if I was Kayla Thornton, I would say to my teammates, listen, it was one of me and 2 of y'all and 2 Dream players underneath the basket. After the shot was shot, nobody else came back and helped rebound the ball. Kayla Thornton was the only one down there. And so she was left with 2 Dream players swarming her, and as a result, she gets the foul. I would have a word with my teammates after that.
Have a word, Tab.
I would have a word.
We're gonna put that in a new graphic. Tab's words.
Have a word with Tab.
Yes,
Come
I
sit
love
over
it.
here next to me.
We'll discuss it later with the rest of the group. Close to halfway in the third quarter. Tiffany Hayes working her magic, and boy, is it good to see her back on the court with this Dream squad.
And she is feeling it right now. She is excited to be back, and right there almost gets a deflection. Trying to pick her team up and say, hey, keep the energy up. Let's go. Tiffany Hayes right here sizing up Isabella Harrison, says, hey, you're too far away from me. Buckets, let's go.
Love the energy. Knocks down the 3 on one end, gets a deflection, almost comes up with the steal on the other end. Those are the things that you love to see in a leader. Talking about the tenure here in Atlanta. And she's seen everything that this team has been through and how she can be a leader and the impact that she can be for this young group too. And she's definitely making her mark. 14 points for her, 2 for 2 from the 3, 6 for 9 from the field. I'd call that pretty solid.
Yeah.
Shakina Strickland checking in for the Dream, and that'll be for Elizabeth Williams.
And you know what you get when Strickland is coming in the game. You know what they want to do, the Atlanta Dream. And a quick, nice out-of-bounds play from Mabry to Ty Harris right there. the Dream didn't even see it coming.
And that's the bad part. As a coach, you're like, the communication has to be there if they're going to be a top-notch defensive team. You got to have the trust that the communication is going to be there. Screen at the top of the key for Billings. Working it around the perimeter. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Carter has some decisions to make. Strickland. Shot no good. Monique Billings creating space, creates two.
I mean, Billings is just, the style of play that she plays with is so aggressive and upbeat and high tempo. As the Dream force another Dallas turnover. I mean, just the hustle points by this Atlanta Dream team. This is how you dictate tempo. And right now, the Atlanta Dream have all the momentum in their favor, dictating the tempo.
Well, a delay of game for Dallas was just called, but how about the emotion from Tiffany Hayes that came up with that turnover for Dallas, the emotion that she's showing. Kennedy Carter even looked at it like, wow, is this coming from you? And you love to see that. You know, just your second year and the leaders leading with that type of passion.
And a lot of people don't know that Tiffany Hayes is very quiet by nature. She doesn't say much. So to have a player this fiery, you know, come out and perform like this is probably just as surprising to them as it would be to everyone else watching.
We said we wanted more rebounds. Well, that means one Atlanta Dream player at a time. And a lot of action at the top of the key. Arike and Kennedy Carter definitely going at it. Kennedy Carter ripped the ball away from Arike.
Well, I think Carter already had the ball, and Arike came in to try to take it from her. Let's just see, Kennedy Carter had the ball. Oh, I think she was, so Arike was trying to get the ball, saying, hey, it's our ball, and Carter was saying, no, I'm not giving you the ball. A little bit of, you know, getting a little test
fire. I like the fire.
You can't be a complete pushover.
Both players, oh, absolutely. Both players are not pushovers by any stretch of the imagination. Mabry at the top of the key, a blitz at the top as well. Kayla Thornton finds Mariah Jefferson. Knocks down the three from the outside. That makes it a 6-point game. With Billings, footwork.
And Billings right there, a little bit too much momentum taken into the shot. Very hard to do, to stop like that on a dime and not transfer that excess momentum into the shot.
And here you're seeing the Dream, too, just trying to see if they can get back on the same page and transition. A lot of communication. They lost someone in the corner for an open three, and then they come up with another board for Dallas. So you can see them gathering around one another, too, to see what's going to happen. Odyssey Sims will check back in for Kennedy Carter. Probably wise, just to cool Kennedy off just a bit, but Odyssey Sims
also bring in some veteran leadership.
Yes, absolutely. 7 points in 4 minutes that she's played in this game. Mabry trying to get all the way to the rim. Courtney Williams. I feel like she's like the point guard that wants to be a post player too.
Yeah. I mean, Mabry's not backing down either. Right here, Mabry posts up Courtney Williams. Courtney says, "Get that out of here." Doesn't like that it's a foul.
Containing the emotions, but you talked about it at the beginning of the game where they were taking advantage of Courtney Williams in the paint, and they had to find ways to adjust to that as well. Courtney Williams was like, I've had enough. So seeing how they can blitz that just a bit, knowing that Mabry, a couple other players are going to try and find these backcourt players or their guard players for the Dream in the paint.
I mean, just the fight alone between these two teams, you know. When you see players go at it, you know, usually somebody kind of backs down or, you know what I'm saying? But now you just see these players playing professional basketball, going at each other, being entertaining for the fans to watch.
A jump ball is called for Tiffany Hayes, and she's in pain on the floor. Coach Peterson just slowly hoping that his star gets back up.
And let's take another look at this. Hayes drives. About 3 defenders on her right there. They call it jump ball. I think Belair, oh no, from behind. Harris got the ball from behind, and it seems like it hit Hayes in the face a bit hard.
I was even concerned a bit just to see how she landed.
Yeah.
With it being a jump ball, not being able to protect herself. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dream get the ball off the jump ball. Winning Billings trying to take two. Taylor Thornton with another rebound. Under the 3-minute mark in the third quarter, Angel Gray alongside Tabitha Turner-Wilkins. As Odyssey Sims, a lot of contact at half court, and you can see how both players are looking back and forth like, I like the physical game, but not too much.
I mean, they are going to be tired after this game. Atlanta Dream trying to trap, does a good job. Shakina Strickland down there to deflect the ball. Odyssey Sims gets it up the floor, but Marina Mabry says, no, I'll take that foul. We don't want a fast break.
Because that's when Atlanta is at their best, right? That's when they've gone on their runs. I know they have the 4-point lead right now, but Dallas really trying to slow them down in that department.
That was Mabry's third foul.
Courtney Williams, baseline game. Cross-court pass by Mabry. Harris trying to see if she can get Thornton going on the block. Instead, Allery turns down the play. 7 on the shot clock. Again, she'll get an opportunity from outside. That one doesn't go, and it falls in the hands of Sims. Shakina Strickland for 3. The bench was up, but the ball doesn't go down. But, hey, Courtney Williams.
Oh, my God.
With another beautiful pass into Tiffany Hayes. Highlights for days.
Yeah, you like to say people are in the right place at the right time, but no, you position yourself in the right place at the right time. And off of that rebound, Courtney Williams went in to get the rebound versus staying out. Made the extra pass, and that's why the Dream got that score.
Courtney Williams led all guards last year in rebounding.
I just want to know who her trainer is. I mean, outside. I mean, of course, for the Atlanta Dream, but, you know, who keeps her in shape?
I think it's just her will, too, just being able to cover her in college at South Florida. All the great coaches, even Gino Auriemma, said she's different.
Yeah.
She's fearless. She has vert. She has athleticism. She believes in herself, and she just loves the ball. And right now, she's trying to will her team to a win, doing it on both ends of the floor at the top of the key. The countdown continues. 5 on the shot clock. Barely grazes the rim, the Sim shot. Thornton, beautiful look on the inside to Isabel Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison running straight down the middle of the floor, doing what she's supposed to do as a post player. The guards finding her in transition. Excellent bucket right there by Dallas.
Jane with the 4-point lead, holding on to this lead. And when you need a bucket, who do you call on?
Courtney Williams.
Why not, right?
Who's now got 12. She's 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Almost thought she had more than 12 with how she's playing, because she's just been involved in every single play.
Impacting the game in so many different ways. The pass on the inside to Harrison. That shot will be no good. They're working on their rotations. You can see Strickland pointing to the bench, my bad, for the foul. Just on the rotation underneath, because you're going to see that pressure, and that's something Dallas is trying to pick apart at this point, knowing that that pressure is coming from Atlanta.
Yeah, and I think a bit of that pressure has gotten to Dallas just a little bit with this game being so chippy and back and forth. And I guess you could say it got to both teams, but you know, Atlanta has maintained and held on to a lead now at 79-73 as Harrison knocks down the first free throw. But Atlanta just seems to have the momentum in this game, and it just feels like Dallas is trying to catch up on every play.
We know that they have the backcourt for Atlanta. 40 points in the paint compared to 22 for Dallas. That's something where they're getting their looks on the inside. Very balanced for them in this game. Harrison knocks down the second free throw. Tiffany Hayes all the way to the rim. All the way to 18 points.
And that's what I meant by she knows how to create her own shot. There was nothing there. There were 3 defenders in the paint. The post player that was open before was no longer open. She kept her head up, her dribble alive, and got into the basket and split defenders for the two.
Sims didn't like the odds in transition, pulls it out, and Coach Peterson likes that idea as well. This is the last possession, a bit off by just a hair from game clock and shot clock. About a second difference, second and a half. Courtney Williams pulls up. That shot is no good. Harrison with the rebound, and they won't get a shot off to close out the third quarter. An Atlanta Dream firing on all cylinders at this point. Courtney Williams playing some of her best basketball, but Tiffany Hayes in the building, 18 points, 8 for 12 from the field. Welcome back, world. We're about to start the last quarter. The Dream with the 81-74 lead, and they've been phenomenal in the second half. Here's what they look like in the third quarter, though. 51% from the field, getting it done on rebounds. You talked with Monique Billings about that, about how important that was, but 42 points in the paint. I don't know what you like most, but it's so impressive to see these numbers from the Dream so far.
I mean, both of those last numbers, the rebounds and the paint points, were, like we mentioned last break, harping points for Coach Peterson. And paint points especially, you know, he talked about that breakdown of the shot selection. He was talking about how many layups they've been missing, you know, within that 5-foot range. And now paints in the point are almost double for the Atlanta Dream over Dallas. So they've been listening.
So you have Ari McDonald, Tiffany Hayes, Monique Billings, Crystal Bradford, and Odyssey Sims that start the fourth quarter for Atlanta. That foul is going to go against Enrique Gumbawale.
And this is a lineup I haven't quite seen together yet. This is very interesting.
But even for Ari to get the minutes.
Yeah.
Tiffany Hayes, how they stretch the floor as well. 4 on the shot clock. Odyssey Sims trying to get things going. Probably should have took the shot. Crystal Bradford had no other choice but to heave the ball up, but that's going to be a shot clock violation on the Atlanta Dream. So that's just the communication thing there too.
And it's also chemistry. You know, we just talked about, you know, this not being a lineup I've quite seen just yet. I mean, you've got a rookie, 2 vets at the guard situation, and, you know, Crystal Bradford, who's still fairly new to this Atlanta Dream team.
And Crystal Bradford with the steal, showing off some ball handling skills as well. The Euro is in the bag too. And Crystal Bradford, definitely one of my favorite stories so far for the Dream this year.
I mean, Crystal, where have you been all my life is what I want to know. She's playing like she's been in this league for the last 10 seasons.
She posted on Instagram, the journey isn't always pretty, but it's worth it. Her rookie year was in 2015.
And Bradford.
That'll get you the play of the game presented by Sonic. Why not?
Yeah, Bradford just strips the ball from the taller player, goes in and out down the court. Great fundamentals, getting the defensive player off of their feet and blowing past them. Gets the easy 2 underneath.
And Mariah Jefferson can't connect with Harrison underneath. That'll be the 9th turnover for Dallas. Both teams have been trying to find ways to take care of the ball. Atlanta has 10. They've given up 17 points off of those turnovers. That'll be discussed after the game, I'm pretty sure. And that bump is not allowed against Jefferson. So Ari McDonald gets the foul there.
And, you know, of those 10 turnovers, I mean, 5 of those came very quickly in the first quarter of the game. Here we are in the fourth. So the Dream have done a really good job of taking care of the ball since that first quarter and kind of slowing down and getting to the game. But, you know, 10 turnovers total is still not bad for a complete game, even though we have 8.5 minutes left in this game.
9-point game for the Dream. Marina Mabry checks in, 2 on the shot clock, nothing there. Again, another heave for Crystal Bradford, but you got to think, if you're the coach, you're putting her in a tough position to get the ball on the rim.
Yeah, and you know, Crystal, I know, will welcome that you know, attention, that challenge, as Monique Billings proves why she is number 3 in the league in blocks.
Well, let's talk about the block. You like the block?
I mean,
Monique Billings had 4, tied a career high. That looks nice.
I mean, and Harrison is taller than she is. So what does that tell you about Monique Billings? I mean, she's just using pure energy and verticality to get these blocks over taller players in the post.
Has her by a hair. Loving to see the battle on both ends of the court. 10 on the shot clock. Bradford is going to heave this one. That doesn't go. Cross-court pass to Enrique Gumbawale, who is left alone by herself on the three-point line, doesn't connect.
And Gumbawale has pulled off a bit from beyond the arc. She's now 2 of 6. But early on, she hit about 2 in a row at one point and got the Dallas Wings back into this game.
Yeah, Kennedy Carter getting on the inside. They wanted that one to go, but does a great job with just finding a way to create the contact, too.
I mean, these guards that the Dream have, I mean, between Carter, Hayes, Courtney Williams, and Arie McDonald, even Odyssey Sims, these are all guards who know how to create their own shot. You don't have to run plays to get them open, even if they're not running at the point. These are guards that are slashers. They know how to dribble in between contact and split defenses and shoot off of one leg. I mean, they're just dynamic guards, and they're very quick, and they can create their own shot.
Talking about create your own shot, 21 points for Kennedy Carter. Perfect from the free throw line. 11 free throws for her tonight, 5 for 8 from the field. And you're seeing the shot clock again winding down from Mabry, and she lights it up once again from the outside. So she'll join the 20-point club as well. 22 points for her, 2 threes. It seems like she has about 4 or 5 that she's been playing in this game.
I mean, most of her shots have been nothing but net, so they've just been really pretty. It's reminding me of college days when I used to do ACC basketball. She used to shoot the same shot, so she's just transferred that game and translated it over to the WNBA. It's nice to see that she hasn't really missed a beat.
Isabel Harrison has the foul on Elizabeth Williams. She can't connect on the first one. Definitely wants to do better at the free throw line. Right now, 22% from the free throw line. And still working to get that percentage up.
And a lot of the times when you're, shooting free throws and you miss a few in a row, it can kind of get into your psyche just a little bit and affect you. It's not that you can't. It's not that you don't know fundamentally what you're supposed to do. It's just mental. And sometimes that can be hard for players to break. Even if that's getting in the gym and shooting 100 free throws before anybody gets in there, just to kind of break up that cycle. Players, it's tough.
Marina Mabry looking at the officials like, that's a foul. It should come a little earlier. Gets the contact. Going baseline. I mean, we talked about the physicality of her. She can knock it down from outside and then flips it a bit, attacking the rim.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of tough, she's another tough one. I mean, just a really tough guard, and we've seen it in this game. She's posting up in the post. She's shooting threes, stopping and popping and pulling up and going straight into the basket. I mean, Marina Mabry has just impressed me so much watching her in this game.
The Atlanta Dream return home on Wednesday, June 9th against the WNBA champion Seattle Storm here at the Gateway Center Arena. Tip-off at 7 p.m. and the game will be televised on Ballet Sports Southeast. Sue Bird showing us she's got a lot in the tank. But I'll put that on hold for Arie McDonald, who has been outstanding in this game, finding her moments to score. Beautiful bucket there.
Yeah, and Crystal Bradford, after the play, comes over, gives her chest bumps and says, hey, strong arm play. Strong woman play, should I say. Arie McDonald just rounding the corner, sees that Gumbawale is on her hip, decides to take it into the basket, and makes the free throw.
Enrique Gumbawale picks up her 4th foul, but I just love the confidence that she's continuing to have in her game. We talked about her scoring efforts in the last game. Still putting it together in this game, and it didn't take much for Enrique Gumbawale. It's game time, and she wants the ball in her hands.
Yeah, and she knows she has that 4th foul, so she's got to avoid that while still trying to produce for her team and play catch-up in this game. And Enrique Gumbawale drives into Crystal Bradford, straight into her, takes a hard fall. But that's exactly what you got to do. You got to take it into the defender and draw the contact.
So Arian McDonald will take a seat. Tiffany Hayes comes back in. Got one more substitution for Atlanta. Monique Billings will come in for Elizabeth Williams. So just reset a bit. Courtney Williams, Kennedy Carter, Tiffany Hayes, and Monique Billings alongside Crystal Bradford for the Dream. Kayla Thornton, Marina Mabry, Arike Gumbawale, Harrison, and Harris on the floor here in the fourth quarter for Dallas. Tiffany Hayes with the Euro step, the block, and the bucket.
And again, one of the best to ever do the Euro step where you fake left, go right. I mean, she should teach a class on this step. Hayes takes it right in, goes right past Mabry, doesn't even allow her the chance to draw the charge, and that's what that does. That's what that move does. It allows you to move out of the way of the defender trying to take the charge, sidestep them, and still get to the rim.
Another foul by Isabel Harrison underneath as she was trying to battle with Crystal Bradford. So she'll be able to step to the free throw line. They're over the limit, so she will get 2 shots.
And from what it looks like, Angel, it just seems like the Dream have kind of weared down Dallas just a little bit. I just feel like the energy has kind of been a little depleted for Dallas with the mistakes that they've been making. But I also believe that between Arike Gumbawale and Marina Mabry that they still got something in store for the next 6 minutes and 14 seconds.
9-point lead for Atlanta. Crystal Bradford. It was a draft in the building. She gets her own rebound, though. A no-look underneath to Monique Billings. A little too fancy. That goes out underneath.
Okay, and I get that those were 2 bad free throws by Crystal Bradford. But what I do like about that play was that she came back fearless. She took a no-look pass after she got a rebound and gave it to Billings underneath. Most players would have been afraid to make that mistake, right?
It's the confidence for me, Tab. I'll just say that. Under 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Courtney Williams weaving through the traffic in the defensive end. Carter calls for the screen. High arcing shot. Nothing there. Kayla Thornton felt like her hand was near the rim to get that rebound. So that'll be side out for Dallas. An actual timeout on the floor, so they'll take a break, we'll take a break. But right now it's been all Dream. 9-point lead for the home squad. Welcome back. You're seeing LaChina Robinson down there. She gets the night off. That's interesting. We'll have to check in with her later. Down there with Maria Taylor, another Peach State. Seeing everything that she's been able to do is so awesome. And then they come back and support the home team. A lot of familiar faces in the building for the Atlanta Dream. A lot of support from the community as well that you love to see. And then, too, even from the NBA side, Trae Young, we would usually see him on the sidelines cheering on the team, too. But they've got bigger fish to fry there closing out the playoffs. Tiffany Hayes all the way to the bucket, shakes her head like, nobody can guard me, and I'm starting to believe the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, the same attitude that she had back in 2019. I mean, it's like Tiffany never even left the league.
Back-to-back 20-point games for Tiffany Hayes. Arike Gumbawale creates space for the long 2, draws it back iron, a bunch of other things on the rim as well.
Now that was a missed shot by Gumbawale, but we've seen her make shots off of that one dribble into the, lean in quick shot. How do you defend that kind of shot is my question.
So you just apply pressure, as Coach said. She will see a lot of bodies throughout this game, and I would agree that we've seen just that because she's tough. For some players like that, of her caliber, you just hope you do your part to throw her off. Thornton doing her part for the steal, deflection there, and the 2 points.
And right here we see Dallas with a little bit of momentum in their favor. They've come out of that break, and they have scored the last 2 baskets and cut this lead down to just 9 points.
No lead is safe, especially for Atlanta. Tiffany Hayes with the spin cycle. with the "it's over" to the side with the bench.
And that's what Atlanta needs. That was the missing punch from the first couple games, or the first game, should I say. That killer instinct to put the game away as Thornton knocks down a 3 of her own to try to keep her team in this.
Dallas is not going away. 8-point lead for Atlanta, but this game is far from over, approaching the 4-minute mark in the game. It's all about time and score at this point for Atlanta.
And Mabry's trying to...
And she's really upset about that one there, because that will mean if that's the foul on her, she's fouled out. 6 fouls from Marina Mabry. She won't even wait on the substitution there. Livid on the sideline. And here's what occurred.
And I think she's arguing that she was pushed from behind by Billings into Tiffany Hayes. Tough way to pick up your 6th foul. I'll keep my comment to myself on whether or not I think that was the right call, but you know, Mabry just played an incredible game tonight. Finished with 24 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 5 rebounds, played an amazing game. I would think that she will stay in the starting lineup from here on out.
She was 4 from 3 against New York, 6 threes versus Seattle. Tonight, she only had 2, which is very interesting. With her 24 points, we saw how she was working it towards the rim. But Harris gets the bucket underneath for Dallas. Courtney Williams, quick pull-up. Nothing there, but Monique Billings with another O board. She's been so reliable for them on the glass tonight.
I mean, just her leaping and jumping ability. I didn't realize she could get up that high, but she can jump.
Shot clock at 1, and once again, and I know Kennedy Carter looking up, but the communication has to be there. It's been happening too many times throughout this game where they lose sight of how much time is on the shot clock.
And again, we still have pieces that are, you know, literally Cheyenne Parker hasn't even played a game with this team. There's new pieces coming in and being removed almost every single day during the week. So this team is going to take just a little minute to gel and get that chemistry.
You can say that for any team in this league right now. I know both are, you know, seeing some people come from overseas. There's a foul at the top of the key by Tiffany Hayes. That'll be her 3rd foul, and Enrique Gumbawale will take a trip to the free throw line. They're trying to huddle up underneath, but no time for that. So Enrique Gumbawale will step to the free throw line. 83% so far this season from the stripe. 5 for 6 tonight, and knocks down another one. We talked about the pieces that are coming back. Well, Satu Sabali, partial suspension for her. Alicia Gray. She's right now competing for the FIBA 3-on-3 Olympic qualifier with Kelsey Plum, Katie Samuelson, and Stephanie Dolson. So a lot going on within this Olympic season, this Olympic year for qualifiers.
Yeah, between the Olympic qualifiers, COVID protocols, and just regular injuries from sports. I mean, there's moving pieces on every team. So, yeah, you're absolutely right.
But the pieces available still have to find ways to get the job done. Monique Billings gets it to fall from the top of the key. Nice smile on the trot back, too.
She's like, I didn't call it, but hey, it wasn't pretty. I got it.
It all counts for 2 either way. Under 3 left in this game. Dream with the 7-point lead. A lot of pressure at the top of the key. And Thornton left all alone for the 3.
And you can literally hear the communication on the court saying, get out there, move. Tiana Hawkins was a little bit late getting to her assignment. Good thing for the Dream that 3 didn't drop, but you can literally hear Tiffany Hayes saying, move, move, because she's trying to will her team to win in these last 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Tiana Hawkins can't connect, and I'm on repeat. Monique Billings with another O board. Coach Peterson calls a timeout. Another second chance opportunity for Atlanta. And I know that we've been talking about the points, but Monique Billings making her mark, trying to get her team their first win in the home arena. Of Atlanta Dream basketball is brought to you by Coca-Cola, and it's been a fun one to watch. The Atlanta Dream trying to pick up their first win at their new home arena, and they're just getting it done in the second half. They have not trailed And it starts on the glass, too. That's something that stands out. It's something that we talked about at the beginning of the day with Coach Peterson.
Yeah.
He said, we may not out-rebound every team, but I think they've shocked even him tonight.
Yeah, right now they're out-rebounding, should I say, Dallas by 16 rebounds, 41-25. And another astonishing point is the paint points, 52-28. And one of those people that made those paint points happen, Monique Billings tonight with a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. I haven't even counted the blocks yet. How many blocks does she have right here? I've got them right here. 1 block for the game, but she's 3rd in the league in blocks. Just doing it all for Atlanta Dream today.
She had 5 double-doubles last year. This is her first one of the season. Beautiful block underneath by Harrison. And you would think Dallas wants to push the pace here. Kayla Thornton tries to clean it up, but Elizabeth Williams with a block of her own, protecting the paint. Bodies everywhere on the court at this point. Enrique Agumbawale can't get it to fall. Courtney Williams has slowed things down.
Bodies, deflections, bodies on the floor. I mean, my goodness. Both of these teams still hustling this late in the game.
Approach the 92nd point, but it's the second opportunities, the second chance opportunities for Atlanta at this point. Courtney Williams like, just slow it down just a bit.
The fans in the stands are standing up and saying, hey, slow it down. Same thing.
All the coaches and the fans, everyone gets a chance at it. Approaching the 1 minute mark. Atlanta 60 seconds away from picking up their first win at home. Harrison doesn't connect with anything, and the walk up the court for Kennedy Carter occurs. Carter finds Courtney Williams. I have a feeling if that 3 would have gone down, this arena would have been out of control.
Would have erupted.
How about that take by Enrique Agumbawale to avoid picking up that charge there, finishing. And there's no foul. Enrique is asking for Harris to foul. A lot of time went off of the clock. They're both trying to figure out the game plan to close this one out.
I mean, it's only a 5-point lead by Atlanta. We've seen more happen in 20 seconds.
Exactly, and so Enrique Agumbawale is saying foul.
But she's tired, you know. Look at, I mean, she has her hands on her hips. She's tired, but she's been trying to will her team back into this game. I mean, the last 2 possessions, she's taken it to the rack, kind of come up empty, but, you know, she's trying to hang in there for her team. But Tiffany Hayes, credit her, because Hayes is fronting Agumbawale every time down the floor.
Well, they've done their fair share against Enrique in the second half. She was lighting it up from outside for Dallas in the first half. And as Monique Billings told you, we have to find ways to create contact and make it tougher for them. Marina Mabry fouls out with 6 fouls, and then Enrique Agumbawale has seen everybody on this Dream team.
And Agumbawale also has 5 fouls herself. So, you know, kudos to the Dream for following the game plan. I mean, those were the 2 main things, paint points and rebounding and controlling the tempo. I'll say three main things. So, you know, for the Dream, they've just done an extremely good job at following the game plan, and that's why they're up with 16.9 seconds left in this game.
Well, 16.9 seconds. You want to talk about the player of the game?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, the player of the game is presented by Arby's, and drum roll, please. Tiffany Hayes steps in, back-to-back 20-point games for her. She's been absolutely phenomenal tonight.
I mean, all over the floor. That Euro step has been patented by Tiffany Hayes during this game tonight. 11 of 16 from the free throw or from the field goal. Tiffany Hayes saying, hey, I'm going to will my team to a win tonight. I'm back.
I tell you what, it's nice to have her back. She's back in the building, back in a Dream uniform. We love to see it. But more than anything, I know the points stand out, and that's always nice to see, but it's her leadership through this game as well, bringing everybody along, knowing that this is a tough game. Dallas is coming off 2 tough losses as well, and so they're trying to close this one out on the road against an Atlanta team that has been really firing on all cylinders, especially after their road trip. But
for Tiffany Hayes, she's been that voice. She's been that energy.
And
for
she
this
picked
team.
up the assignment to front Arike Agumbawale. And a lot of people, and right now they're switching just to give her a break, is at the end of the game. And Arike knocks down the deep NBA range three-point shot. But my point in saying that is a lot of coaches will not have their best player defending the other team's best player because it just takes too much energy out of them, right? So, you know, kudos for Hayes for picking up that assignment for a bit in this game. And while she had the assignment, Arike Agumbawale was not that effective. But you know, right now, Gumbawale shoots from nearly the Dream logo at half court.
I thought her foot was on the WNBA 25th anniversary sign at that point.
Doesn't even bat an eye, not surprised. If I would have shot that, I'd been like, ooh, I made it.
Oh, no, that's her. That's her game, right? We've seen it time and time again, as you talked about her knocking down 2 crucial shots in the NCAA tournament. Won a title with Notre Dame as well. Mabry was with her, alongside her for that championship run. It was funny talking to Brianna Turner. And she was just like, we were down bodies, but the resiliency from Arike Agumbawale was impressive. And she's trying to will her team to this win now. Our next telecast on Bally Sports will be on Sunday, June 6th, against the Minnesota Lynx at 7 p.m. Eastern on Bally Sports Southeast and the Bally Sports app that Tabitha and I will download as soon as we can.
Got a few apps to download, actually.
I got to make some space on my phone, right?
Right. Need a cloud or something.
Well, there's always the cloud. 4-point game, that 3. It's just a 2-possession game, 13 seconds on the clock, so it's just about taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
You want to see them get the ball in here. Anything that you're seeing as far as this game, especially who the ball gets to for free throws.
And then look who's bringing in the ball, the rookie, McDonald.
So trying to go after the steal first for Mariah Jefferson, but gets the foul against Courtney Williams, who will step up to the free throw line, 70% shooter. Has only shot 1 free throw tonight.
That's surprising.
Very surprising. She is yet.
As many times as she's gone to the basket, and that's, I guess that's credit to Courtney Williams because, you know, we talk about leaning into the defender, and you're not going to get every call when you go into the basket and lean into defenders. However, for her to have played, be 5 of 17 from the field, and have only shot 1 free throw is crazy to me because her 12 points have all mostly come from inside the paint. And she's also a really great rebounder, so she's just tough. She's tough. She knows how to maneuver around those taller, bigger players, and that's what that says to me.
I think that's a good way to describe Courtney Williams. Tough. I think a lot of people will say that as well. She knocks down the free throw. You're seeing a lot of that offense-defense substitution from Coach Peterson on the sideline. Elizabeth Williams and Tiana Hawkins took a trip to the bench, or Ari McDonald, rather. While we have some time to spare, Bally Sports Southeast is your home for Hawks postseason hoops. Game 3 against the Knicks at Hawks tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern, starting with Hawks Live over on Bally Sports Southeast and Bally Sports app. Trey Young was telling all the fans in Madison Square Garden and everyone on the opposing team, I'll see you in the A. And that he will at 6:30 tomorrow. Looking forward to that game.
He was also telling them to shh, be quiet the entire game.
We're no good from outside. And they asked for another foul for Dallas, and that may be the last one. 3.5 on the game clock. Courtney Williams will go back to the free throw line, and you can see them breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Just take a deep breath. This is something that they've wanted to do. Closing out games is very important, especially for this young team.
Yeah, I mean, against Chicago, that first game, wasn't able to close it out the way they needed to. The second time they played Chicago, they were able to close in on a really tight back and forth game. Started off as Courtney Williams hits that free throw. They got the win in Indiana, got the win on the road, got another win on the road in Chicago. And then now they're back home looking for this win, which will be their 3rd in a row. which is a complete contrasting difference of the 2 losses they had in the beginning of the season.
And that will do it. Guess what, Atlanta fans? Well, the Dream pick up their first win here in their new arena, Gateway Center Arena. And it was a fun one to watch. So many different storylines here. Tiffany Hayes with 26. Hopefully we get to speak with her a little later. And Kennedy Carter, nothing short of fantastic. Perfect from the free throw line, 11 for 11, 21 points for her. Courtney Williams with 14 points as well. But Monique Billings with a double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds for her. And they did their job. It wasn't easy either. Rike Gumbawale as well as Marina Mabry both finishing with 24 points. Kayla Thornton was tough as well at 17. But at the end of the day, the Atlanta Dream walk away with a win in Atlanta. Tiffany Hayes, I believe, is with us. So we'll start here. Tiffany, can you hear us?
Yep.
Tiffany, back-to-back 20-point games for you. It's good to see you back in an Atlanta Dream uniform, first off. So welcome back. But you just getting into a rhythm, what did it feel like tonight, and how were you able to lead this team to their first win at home?
You know, it started slow. Obviously, I came from overseas late, and we're still learning each other as a whole, as a team. So I already told them it's going to take some time. We got a lot of new members on the team for us to gel. And as far as myself, you know, I'm getting back game by game, but it was faster than I thought, actually. So I think I'm doing pretty well. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, Tiff, this is Tabitha Turner.
Hi, Tab.
Hey, girl, good game. I mean, but, you know, I was just about to say that the gelling to me happened a lot faster. And you guys started off with 2 losses. You're finishing with 3 wins straight. I mean, for you, has the gelling happened faster than expected? And how do you see this team progressing from here on out?
It has, especially with our whole organization situation with all the changes that's happening. Like I said, we got a lot of new members, not even just on the court. We got new members everywhere. So for us to be figuring it out this fast, I'm definitely proud of the girls. I'm proud of the coaching staff. I said it before, we're going to work what we got, and we work hard. Our team runs, and we work hard. We never give up. We started out a game down like 30 and came back, so we known for that, and we gonna stick with that. We just gonna keep learning each other, keep going hard. That's it.
Run with the dream. I like it. That's what you're telling us you're doing. Well, you said it was going to be crazy to play with Courtney Williams, 14 points for her. I mean, Kennedy Carter with 21 points. When you're looking at how this backcourt has been able to get things done on both ends of the floor, what stands out to you?
We dogs. I mean, I already knew that was gonna happen. Like, if it's not one of us, it's gonna be somebody else. Like, I didn't even start off that hot, but Kennedy got it started in the first half for us. Court got it started in the first half for us, so it could be any one of us on this team. So I'm just happy to have them on my team and not on the other team, especially Court. I already told y'all how excited I was to play with Court, so we got some dogs and we gonna run with them.
We love to see it. Thank you so much for your time. Welcome back, Tiffany Hayes. Another 20-point game for you. Phenomenal win. Go enjoy it.
Appreciate it.
Looks good. That's a win for your Atlanta Dream. You heard it from Tiffany Hayes. She said, we're going to run. That's what we do. We're dogs. It was beautiful to watch tonight.